Welcome to IC Markets Market Commentary, everyone. My name is Adam from Trade with Precision, and I'd like to take you through an overview of the markets. So only because we're in the early stages of the week, but I do find it interesting starting off here with euro dollar. All of these are on the daily time frame. We've had a strong rejection on the close of the Monday evening. And we've also, and this is at a major level of resistance, and we've also had a break of the low of that. So the hinting, the implication is that we could see further downside. And so what's interesting to me is if we move across a lot of the charts, these appear to be pointing to dollar strength. So again, let's just have a look here. We've got sterling. Sterling has had a really good run at the moment against the US dollar. Closed with a bit of a bearish finish and broke the low here. So there's an attempt here to start a bit of a correction this week. And with this trend being very strong, but also we're at a relatively key level here in the market. So let's move on and have a look at gold. So gold, as I speak, as well as potentially here, is doing a bit of a lower high. So the key thing with this will really be if we break that 23.25, that low, then we get that shift from an uptrend into a downtrend. But I'll be watching that. And also a secondary signal would be something if we move below this red 50 period moving average, because generally speaking, when we're above it, we tend to be bullish, and if we're below it, we tend to be bearish. So just a couple of different things to keep an eye out for this week. Then having a look at crude oil. Crude oil's had a relatively good week this week, but it is up and down, and overall it's ranging, and it is stuck within no sort of larger, higher time frame kind of mixed signals. But this week looking this week looking particularly bullish, and had a very strong day yesterday. So I'm looking to see if this breaks out above these highs and continues to the upside, leaning towards the upside there. Now let's move on to the global indices, and this is definitely worthwhile highlighting. This is actually a weekly chart here. We have a double top, and generally speaking, a double top leads to one of two things, either range bound or we get a change of trend. So really, my expectation for now is to see price continue to head down towards these lows to test support this week, and that is significant because we are in a bull market. And so the idea here really is that this is likely, or more likely, to be a bit of a monthly correction at the moment, or just at least entering into a little bit of sideways movement. So having a look at the S&P as well, you can see the S&P zooming in on that. We can see we've got a potential here for a lower high, and we're heading down towards the lows here to test for support. So at least for this week, the expectation is to see this to continue to head lower. But when you tie that together with gold as well as with the pound against the dollar, euro against the dollar, it points to dollar strength. Let's have a look at the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ yesterday broke to all-time highs again, so very, very happy there that the market is doing well. But again, here you can see the market has started a retracement already again. So there was a strong rejection the previous week and already starting a bit of a retracement. So in other words, more red candles starting to enter into the picture here, which implies that we're going to have a bit of a correction. All right, so we've got the FTSE as well. Looking at that, you can see that has started a nice correction on the weekly time frame. Again, the implication is that we would expect the markets to continue to head down over the coming days. The same here with the DAX. The DAX actually also having a bit of a rejection there on the weekly and also starting a retracement. So all of these, again, supporting the idea of that stronger US dollar. Then we move across to the ASX. This is the Australia. And again, we've got a double top there. We've got price heading back down towards those lows. So it's pretty uniform behavior across the boards. Let's now have a look at some individual equities before we wrap up. We've got Tesla, which is not offering any clear direction at this time. It has tested support. It is stuck below these resistance levels and below these recent support levels, and so not offering any clarity at the moment, just ping-ponging between those two levels. Then we have a look at NVIDIA, which is obviously just skyrocketing at the moment and continuing to move to new highs all the time. So that is still maintaining its bullishness. Then if we have a look, for example, here at Amazon, we can see we've had very similar to a double top. We've pulled back into the moving averages. This is a little bit more bullish than, for example, Tesla, and this is wanting to take another run back up at the highs. So we're getting some mixed results there, which is not, that is actually in many ways a sign of a healthy market. If different instruments are doing their own thing, as opposed to all being bullish or all being bearish, that's usually a good sign for a healthy market. And then wrapping up with Bitcoin at the moment, which is bumping its head up against resistance, but overall looking nice and bullish. So just to kind of summarize, we've definitely got a bit of dollar strength on the table at the moment, and it looks as though quite a few of the markets, especially the indexes, are having a nice strong correction. And then if we have a look at some of the individual equities, they're sort of pretty much doing their own thing. So the market itself seems to be undergoing just a normal correction, probably overdue from having a very strong bull move and another leg up recently. And I'm going to leave you with that. I want to wish you happy trading, and don't forget to manage your risk appropriately. Thank you.